In today's world, it seems we have a label for every mental quirk, every deviation from the perceived norm. We categorize and classify, often seeking to understand and control the complexities of the human mind. Especially when it comes to a condition as complex and misunderstood as schizophrenia. The term itself carries a heavy weight, often associated with stigma and fear. The diagnosis often leads straight to medication, a seemingly immediate response to a deeply intricate issue. With antipsychotics frequently presented as the default solution, the primary tool in managing the symptoms. The aim to quiet the mind, to alleviate the distress and confusion that often accompany the condition. Flatten emotions, to reduce the intensity of feelings that can be overwhelming, and restore normalcy, to help individuals function within the expected parameters of society. This medical model, the prevailing approach, treats schizophrenia primarily as a brain disease, a biological malfunction, promising order through chemistry, a rebalancing of the brain's intricate chemical processes. But is the mind really just a set of faulty neurotransmitters? Is it solely a matter of chemical imbalances that can be corrected with medication? By focusing only on symptoms, are we missing the deeper message? Are we overlooking the potential significance of these experiences? Labeling these experiences as illness frames them as something broken, needing fixing, something to be eradicated rather than understood. This binary, sane versus insane, limits our understanding, creating a rigid framework that fails to capture the nuances of human experience. What if schizophrenia is not just malfunction, not simply a breakdown of the brain's normal functioning, but a meaningful, if terrifying, process of transformation? A challenging journey with the potential for profound growth and insight. Let's step outside the confines of the Western mindset, a perspective that often dominates our understanding of mental health. Let's broaden our horizons and look at other cultures, societies with vastly different approaches to the human experience. In many indigenous societies where ancient traditions hold sway, what we in the West might hastily label as psychosis might be viewed through a completely different lens as a spiritual calling, a profound and transformative experience, rather than simply an illness to be eradicated. The community plays an active and vital role. They watch over the individual, offering unwavering support and guidance, seeing within them the potential for a future healer, a visionary leader, or a vital member of the community with unique insights. Hallucinations, often feared and pathologized in the West, are not seen as random, meaningless occurrences. They're interpreted as encounters with spirits, dialogues with archetypes, or glimpses into other realms of existence. The community's role is absolutely crucial. They encircle the individual, providing a safe and supportive space. They do not isolate or abandon them. Rituals, ceremonies, and the guidance of experienced shamans help the person integrate their profound experience into their life, not suppress it or push it down. The ultimate goal isn't simply to cure or eliminate symptoms, but to facilitate a profound personal transformation. In stark contrast, our modern hospitals can often feel cold and impersonal, almost like prisons, and our diagnoses can sometimes feel like life sentences, defining us by our perceived limitations. Medication, while sometimes necessary, may inadvertently abort the journey before its deeper meaning can be understood and integrated. Have we, in our pursuit of quick fixes and symptom management, lost something vital by trading the ancient wisdom of shamanic practices for modern prescriptions? When overwhelmed, the mind speaks in symbols. Delusions and hallucinations are rarely random. These experiences are saturated with myth and metaphor, expressing deep inner truths. Believing you're watched by agencies or destined for greatness are symbolic ways to express powerlessness or potential. These are not literal but poetic attempts to make sense of chaos. Such narratives echo ancient myths and universal human stories. The person in psychosis is living out a mythic journey, not just a private crisis. We should listen for the symbolic meaning, not just dismiss the content as illness. Empathy begins when we hear the story beneath the symptom. Antipsychotics can be life-saving, offering a crucial intervention during periods of intense distress and acute episodes. They can be instrumental in stabilizing individuals and preventing further harm. They offer relief from terror and chaos, providing a sense of calm when the mind is overwhelmed. This relief can be profound, allowing individuals to regain a foothold in reality. But they often mute not just the pain, the overwhelming anxiety, and the distressing hallucinations, but the meaning behind it. The underlying causes and potential lessons embedded within the experience can be obscured. The journey of transformation is halted, the crisis managed, but not resolved. The deeper work of understanding and integrating the experience is left undone. Alternative approaches like Finland's open dialogue offer another path, one that prioritizes understanding and connection. Instead of immediate medication, as the first and only response, families and clinicians gather to talk and listen, creating a space for shared understanding. The focus is on understanding the crisis, exploring its roots and triggers, not just silencing it with medication. Every voice is heard, valued and considered, an important piece of the puzzle. Even the psychotic ones, recognizing that these experiences, however unusual, hold valuable information. This method respects the experience, viewing it as a potential catalyst for seeking meaning and growth, not just symptom reduction. It treats the crisis as communication, a desperate attempt to convey something important, not just a malfunction of the brain. Healing comes from integration, weaving the experience into the fabric of one's life story, not suppression, which leaves the underlying issues unresolved. How we treat schizophrenia reflects our society's values. We prize productivity and control, so we pathologize inner chaos. Our lack of rituals and community leaves us ill-equipped to support transformation. Schizophrenia mirrors our own fragmentation and alienation. Those we call mad may be sensitive barometers of collective distress. True help means listening, not just medicating. We must train ourselves to excavate meaning, not bulldoze it. Reimagining schizophrenia as a symbolic crisis opens new paths to healing. The challenge is to build a society wise and compassionate enough to support the journey through madness to deeper truth.